So you probably heard that when you hiccup, your breathing muscles contract and pull air into your airways before being shut out by this rapid closing of your vocal cords. So the air hits your closed vocal cords, giving you the sound. But do you know why your body does this set of movements, which on the surface sounds like the most useless thing ever? Well, scientists don't know for sure, but one theory says that it's an evolutionary throwback to when our ancestors had gills. Let me take you to about 365 million years ago. There was this weird creature called an ichthyostega, and it was trying to do something that no member of its species had ever done before. Get out of the ocean and try out this new thing called land. But it wasn't always on land, right? It spent some of its time on land and some of its time in the ocean. So it had to somehow be able to both breathe air and breathe in water, and the way it did that is by switching between lungs and gills. Problem is, though, when it goes from using lungs to using gills, it has to pull water into its mouth and spread it across its gills, but it couldn't let that water go into its lungs. So what it did was it closed off its breathing tube to prevent that from happening. And you guessed it, this creature and its friends would eventually turn into us, humans. So even though our gills are gone today, of course, the mechanism is still there. So when you hiccup, your brain could be triggering the same ancient movement that was once used by our fish ancestors to switch between using lungs and gills. How cool is that? But see, the more that I looked into this, I realized that it's not just hiccups. There's a bunch of things that our body do that aren't super useful to us anymore, but come from some distant part of our past.
Goosebumps, wisdom teeth,
The hypnic
tail,
jerk, Hallmark grasp
wiggling
reflex.
muscles.
That's why I made the Museum of Evolutionary Hiccups. See what I did there?
It showcases a bunch of things like this about our body, and you can also learn about how they connect to our past.
Because even something that might just seem like an annoyance at first can be hiding an incredible secret. You just gotta look for it. You can go there from the link in the description. I promise you're gonna be blown away by some of these things.